I already knew Dragon Ball by reputation. It's a show like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Something that people grew up with before anime truly made its way to the West. I imagine many people have a great deal of nostalgia for this show. Shame it's a total snooze fest. I'd like to thank my wonderful patrons Lemonshark and Soren, as well as Benjamin Hansen, David Frog and Icy for suggesting Dragon Ball for Red Hot Go. If there is a show, movie or video game you would like me to try out, please let me know in the comments. So from the get-go, I was intrigued by the world of Dragon Ball. It's got that neat blend of fantasy creatures, modern technology, and a little bit of sci-fi. I can certainly imagine a young child being excited by the idea of driving a car amongst dinosaurs or making friends with turtles. The overly long OP puts it best. This world is a treasure island. Not just because our protagonists are searching for treasure, but in the sense that they're going on an adventure. I was also rather impressed by the animation. It isn't good animation per se, it was just easily able to distract from the low budget, a feat that not all classic shows pull off. The character designs are as varied as those characters' personalities, and Goku's isolationist upbringing allows the spoken exposition to be less clunky in context. Unfortunately, that's the last of my positive notes on this show. While a lot of my complaints are rather vague and hard to pin down, there is one complaint that I can very clearly explain, and that's just how horny this show is. This isn't the most disturbing case I've ever seen, but come on, is this really the kind of thing that Japanese animators want to show to children? Ultimately, it was distracting and didn't add anything. It comes off more that the show was made by men who are way too into locker talk. But my ultimate problem with the show is that it's just boring. At least Pokemon had Ash lose a few fights and have to befriend a reluctant Pikachu. This show has nothing of the sort. Goku starts off as an all-powerful warrior who can laugh in the face of danger and never has any difficulty in anything he does. Power fantasy for 5-year-olds? Maybe, but wouldn't it be more fulfilling for 5-year-olds to see a character who overcomes adversity instead of just cruising through life? But am I really bothered by Goku being a character who doesn't need to grow? No, not really. I'm just trying to figure out why this show, which millions have viewed and loved, just slides off my brain like water off a duck's back. Perhaps I'm beginning to understand what video game reviewer Yahtzee Croshaw means when he says that good games and bad games are just as fun to talk about, that it's the bland games that he cannot stomach. Dragon Ball doesn't do anything offensively terrible, nor anything memorably good. I called One Punch Man aggressively mediocre because it flip-flops between brilliance and blatant stupidity. But Dragon Ball meets neither end. Everything it does is just fine. It's okay. It's passable. The problem is that I've seen enough incredible anime that passable just doesn't do it for me anymore. So unfortunately, Dragon Ball just doesn't do enough. It's got a setting and premise that I can see a child enjoying, but enough adult content that I would never let any child of mine watch it. From ice cold to red hot, I give Dragon Ball a rating of ice cold. I will not be continuing this show. That's all I've got for this episode of Red Hot Go. I'd like to thank my patrons, Orion Tran, Lars Espen, Data52, Jaman5, Lemonshark, Pixcalibur, Alberto Cruz, Tyler Bennett, Tenka, Jeremy Pashik, Fireclaw, Soren, Christopher Wang, Will, Mario, Luke Stewart, Ignacio, Aidan Nielsen, Swiss Cage, Stage 4 Boss, and Gordon. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.